Louisville, Kentucky, spring of 1974. Saturday evening, just past 9:15. Inside Boondini Brown's diner, the air buzzed with laughter, plates clinking, and stories being passed around like family tradition. In a corner booth, Muhammad Ali sat relaxed, smiling wide, bringing a recent fight to life with every movement of his hands. He replayed the night he broke down George Foreman in Zaire, showing how he leaned back on the ropes, letting power burn itself out. His friends leaned in, some laughing, others shaking their heads in disbelief. The champion was back home, and home felt right. Fried chicken sizzled in the kitchen, sweet tea filled glasses. This was Louisville, the place where it all began, where he first learned how to fight, how to dream, how to become the man the world would one day call the greatest. Then, suddenly, the door burst open. Not gently, not casually, the kind of entrance that kills every sound in a room. 5 men stepped inside, heavy boots, leather jackets, faces that didn't come for food. At the front stood a giant, Big Red Jackson, 6'5", nearly 300 pounds, a man whose face looked like it had forgotten what smiling meant. For 15 years, he controlled the streets. Every shop, every bar, every small business paid him to stay safe, or paid the price. And he had no idea who was sitting just a few tables away. Within seconds, that would change everything. Big Red walked straight to the counter. His crew spread out, cutting off exits without saying a word. Conversations died. Eyes dropped to plates. "Boondini," his voice rumbled, "you're late." Hands shaking, Boondini tried to speak. This diner was his dream, built from years of saving, sacrifice, and loyalty. But dreams didn't matter to men like Red. "Business been slow," Boondini muttered. "You don't get slow, you get taught." Then his eyes shifted, locked onto Muhammad Ali. Recognition hit, and it wasn't friendly. "Well, look who we got here. The champ. Won't fight for his country, but happy to fight for money." The room turned cold. People started edging toward the exits. They knew what came next when Red wanted to make an example.
Ali stood up. Slowly, calmly. That same deliberate rise he used in the ring when he wanted his opponent to feel his presence. "Let me ask you something," Ali said, voice steady. He stepped forward. "Why you take from people who work for everything they got?" Red turned fully now, towering over him. This smaller man, this boxer, was challenging him in front of everyone. "Who you think you are?" Red growled. Ali didn't raise his voice. "I'm Muhammad Ali, and this place belongs to my friend. This neighborhood, it's home. You've been scaring these people for years." He paused. "Tonight, that stops." Laughter broke out from Red and his crew. This was a joke to them. A fighter known for speed and movement was going to stop them? "Sit down," Red warned, "or you get hurt too." Ali shook his head slightly. "I can't do that." There was no performance now, no showmanship, just truth. "I already lost years of my life standing for what I believe in. You think I'm sitting down because a bully tells me to?" Red nodded once to his men. "Break it." One of them lunged for a chair, raising it high. Before it came down, Ali moved. His hand shot out, stopping the swing mid-air. The chair hit the floor. "Still waiting on that answer," Ali said. The man tried to pull away, couldn't. A quick strike, precise, controlled. The man dropped, gasping. Another 2 rushed in. Ali shifted back, smooth, effortless. One punch missed by inches. His counter came instantly. One grabbed his throat, collapsing. The other charged low. Ali's knee met him at the perfect moment. The sound echoed through the diner. Seconds passed. Bundini grabbed Ali's arm. "Champ, stop! It's not worth it." Ali turned to him, calm as ever. "This is exactly when it's worth it." Another attacker swung a chain. Ali slipped under it, stepped in, and delivered one clean shot. The chain dropped. So did the man. Now only one remained. Big Red. Fury burned in his eyes as he stepped forward. His entire power came from fear, and that fear had just been shattered in front of him. He swung hard. Ali leaned slightly. The punch missed. No counter. Ali just stood there. "You finished?" he asked. Another swing. Missed again. Ali barely moved. Then he spoke. "You're strong," he said. "Maybe the strongest here, but you're using it wrong." He gestured toward the people pressed against the walls. "They ain't your enemies. They just trying to live." Something shifted. "I grew up around here," Ali continued. "I know what it feels like to be powerless, to think you gotta take before someone takes from you." He stepped closer. "But that ain't strength. That's fear." Red didn't answer. "I know your story," Ali said softly. "I know what you built, and I know there's a part of you that learned the wrong way." Ali raised his hand, open.
And in seconds it disappeared. But the real story didn't end there. 3 months later, in a small gym in Louisville, the door opened again. Big Red stood there, alone. "Champ," he said quietly, "you still teaching?" Ali smiled. "Yeah," he said, "but not boxing." Over the next years, Red changed completely. He worked beside Ali, then started helping kids, guiding them away from the same path he once walked. Eventually, he opened a center of his own, a place built for second chances. And every child who walked through those doors heard the same truth. I used to hurt people. Then one man showed me what real strength looks like. When Muhammad Ali passed in 2016, that same man stood among those carrying him home, older now, changed forever. Tears in his eyes, he whispered, "Thank you for seeing who I could be." That night in Louisville wasn't about a fight. It was about a choice. The choice to stand when others stayed silent. The choice to see humanity where others saw enemies. That's what makes a champion. Not just the ability to win, but the power to change lives.
Greatest. Because greatness isn't measured in the moments the world cheers the loudest. It's measured in the quiet decisions nobody sees. The moments when walking away would be easier, when staying silent would be safer, when letting fear win would be understandable. That night in Louisville wasn't about proving dominance. It wasn't about showing who could hit harder or move faster. It was about drawing a line where others had stepped back for years. It was about one man deciding that fear had ruled long enough. People remembered the speed. They talked about the precision. They told the story of how quickly it all ended. But the truth ran deeper than those 12 seconds. Long before a single hand moved, the outcome had already been decided. It was decided the moment he stood up. It was decided when he chose to protect instead of ignore. It was decided when he looked at a man everyone feared and saw something more than just a threat. That's what made the difference. Because anyone can fight when pushed, anyone can react when danger is right in front of them, but it takes something rare to stand firm when everyone else is backing away. It takes something even rarer to offer a hand after you've already proven you don't have to. Years passed, and that moment never faded. It grew. It echoed through conversations, through lives, through choices people made because they had heard what happened in that small diner. Not because of violence, but because of what came after. Because a man who had built his life on fear was given a different path, and instead of being destroyed, he was changed. That's the part people don't always understand. Power isn't just about stopping someone, it's about what you do once you can. And in that moment, when everything could have ended differently, Muhammad Ali chose something that lasts longer than any victory inside a ring. He chose to build, to guide, to transform. That's why the story still matters. Because decades later, long after the lights dimmed and the crowds went silent, the impact remained. Not in scorecards, not in titles, but in lives that moved in a different direction because one man refused to act like everyone expected him to. The world remembers champions for what they achieve, but it remembers legends for what they change.